Another WWE 2K26 ringside report has dropped, this one being about MyFaction. Now, admittedly, MyFaction is not a mode that I know too much about, and this article means not so much to me, but we will talk about it since I'm sure there are a lot of people who do like MyFaction and play it quite a bit, and I did dabble in it a little bit more last year than I did in years prior because of the World Tour. So let's look at this article together and see what's new in MyFaction for WWE 2K26. All right, they start out the article with Team Chemistry. Team Chemistry is one of the newest features in MyFaction this year, and it adds an extra layer of strategy when putting together a lineup before each match. The number of positive and negative faction reactions in any given lineup determines a MyFaction's team chemistry score. A team's manager can also help reduce negative chemistry from a specific parameter. It seems like there are 60 traits across 10 different categories, with half of them providing positive effects and the other half will have a negative effect on your team chemistry, so be sure to pay close attention to these with different lineups. And they give us an image here. Now, this is something that we heard about before in one of the past articles, but intergender support is coming into MyFaction. It seems like the MyFaction lineup is going to remain 4 members to a team, but this time instead of having all males in a separate all-female lineup, they have combined into one. On some occasions, depending on the live event or objective, lineups may require all male or all female superstars, but for the most part, intergender will be the norm. Basically, there is no more just male and female lineups that you need to have. It could just be one lineup, but there are going to be some objectives in live events that make you have to use all males or all female. Now, another new addition coming to MyFaction this year, Quick Swap. One of the most exciting additions to MyFaction in WWE 2K26 is the debut of a new match type we're calling Quick Swap. Quick Swap matches will provide a unique experience that involves the ability to swap from one superstar to another mid-match. Taking a page from fighting games, players can hit the right trigger and left bumper to swap to another superstar, and you'll see a really cool teleport effect when making the swap. Interesting. So I guess like if you've played like any fighting games, like that tag team fighting games where you can bring in somebody else, this is pretty cool. And I think they give a little bit, yes. So this is like a little video they have. You China getting up Otis here with the pedigree. Nice. And she swaps in the Jade Cargill. Wow, that's, you know what? That's actually kind of cool. Now it says, in these matches, the objective is to defeat every opponent by knockout, where every member of your lineup has their own health bar but shares signature and finisher slots, adding additional strategy to the mix. We think players will enjoy this new experience and can't wait for everyone to try it out. This will be interesting because I'm sure there's quite a lot of strategy when it comes to MyFaction and like online play in general, but with MyFaction, like maybe you have somebody on your team that has like a pretty quick signature or finisher that you can get off without, you know, having to worry about somebody getting that, you know, that counter off and stuff like that, so you could switch into them and then go back into somebody else who maybe does more damage or something like that. Pretty interesting concept. Another new thing coming to MyFaction is that there's a new progress system coming to Faction Wars. It says here, at the beginning, players will have their card randomly drawn from the new crowd's deck. As players progress through multiple runs in the Faction War, more decks will open, which will improve cards from the pool. Rehearsal deck, plated deck, ambulance deck, and bejeweled deck are some of the examples of decks, with a few of them requiring more than just consecutive wins. A glass deck, for instance, requires 40 Faction War runs and winning a run with a final lineup composed of only one archetype. Each deck also has bespoke effects, such as Crow's deck, allowing you to continue if you lose a non-base match once per run. So down here they also say how they have updated the presentation when it comes to Faction War as well as Quick Swap, that the camera is pointed toward the entrance ramp now and you can see what cards are on each team on the Tron, which is pretty cool. I like this a lot. It looks pretty neat. It's a nice change, and they have some screenshots here so you can see the lineup. You can see whatever lineup you have, the people that you're using. Now they also go down here to say that World Tour is also making its return, offering up different types of rewards such as personas, MFP, art cards, and MyFaction packs. And players will find North America, the UK, Japan, Africa, and Mexico as available locations. And they also show some screenshots from the World Tour this year. Now, to finish it off, they talk about some new updates to the designs of this year's MyFaction cards, inclusive of the gem rarities. At launch, these are the cards that we're going to have available to us: Superstar Series 1, Momentum, Legends Series 1, and Aftershock. In addition, MyFaction cards that are earned through the Ringside Pass will have their own distinct looks, as seen from with Dirty Dom card down below. We actually get to see what the Ringside Pass cards look like, and they're going to differ from all the other cards. You could see it says Ringside Pass under Dom Dominic, and then you have the other ones like Trick Williams is Momentum, Nia Jax is Aftershock, and then China 97 is a DLC reward. And they also say how you'll be able to get MyFaction stuff from My Rise, the showcase, and DLC as well. So interesting stuff. And that was a ringside report for MyFaction. Now, like I said in the beginning, I'm not the biggest MyFaction player, but these changes look cool, and I definitely will be playing World Tour a bit more this year, I'm sure, just before the rewards, if they look good anyway. But I will say the quick swap matches look honestly pretty sick. I do like the idea of switching between characters. I do see where they would think that you could come up with some pretty cool strategies for that. But I'm very curious about people who play a lot of MyFaction, how they feel about this. How do you feel about the changes coming to MyFaction? Let me know down below. And if you stuck around all this time, I really do appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe for more WWE 2K26 content or WWE 2K content in general. I really do appreciate it. The game is coming out very soon and I'm excited to play, and there will be some more content on the channel when it does come out. But that's all for now. I will see you all next time.